Good evening, everybody. I welcome you all to my third lecture on magnetically coupled circuits. In my previous two lectures, we have seen the theoretical concepts regarding magnetically coupled circuits. So, in today's lecture, we are going to see some tutorials on the concept of magnetically coupled circuits. So, first sum is to find equivalent inductance for the given coupled coil. So the first method by which we can find the equivalent inductance is to find the electrical equivalent of this coupled coil and thereby finding the equivalent inductance. The second way, which we are going to see now, it's much more better and easier method when compared to the first method of finding equivalent inductance. So let us see the step-by-step procedure. So the self-inductance of first coil is given as 12 Henry, second coil is given as 16 Henry and third coil is given as 20 Henry. Mutual inductance between first coil and second coil is given as 8 Henry, second coil and third coil given as 10 Henry and first coil and third coil is given as 4 Henry. So using this, let us see the step-by-step procedure to find equivalent inductance. If I consider first two coils, the current is entering at the dotted end of the first coil and leaving at the dotted end in the second coil. Hence, these two coils are exhibiting the series opposing nature. Since the mutual inductance between these two coils is given as 8 Henry, I'll subtract the value of 8 from the self inductances of both first coil as well as second coil. Thereby I'll get 4 Henry in the first coil and 8 Henry in the second coil. So after I subtract the value, I'll eliminate the coupling that is given in the given sum. Next, if I move on to the next coupling that is given, that is the coupling between second coil and third coil. Here the current is leaving at the dotted end and in the third coil current is entering at the dotted end. Here again these two coils are exhibiting series opposing nature. So I'll subtract the value of 10 from self inductance of second coil as well as third coil. On doing so, I'll get the value as minus 2 Henry and 10 Henry. So after eliminating those two couplings, I have left with only one coupling, that is between first coil and third coil. Here current is entering the dotted end. In the third coil also the current is entering at the dotted end. Hence it exhibiting series aiding. So I'll add the value of 4 Henry to first coil as well as third coil. So in doing so, I'll get 8 Henrys as well as 14 Henrys respectively. So after eliminating all the couplings between each coil, I'll be left with the self inductances of each coil and adding all the values that we have obtained at last step will give me the total inductance or equivalent inductance to be, in this case, 20 Henry. So this is how we can find the equivalent inductance of magnetically coupled coils when they are in series. Here one should note that this procedure is only valid when all the magnetically coupled coils are connected in series. When they are connected in parallel or combination of series and parallel, this method is not valid. Then we have to go and opt for the first method, that is to find electrical equivalent and thereby finding equivalent inductance. The second sum, a coil having an inductance of 100 millihenry is magnetically coupled with another coil having inductance of 900 millihenry. The coefficient of coupling is given as 0.45. It asks us to find equivalent inductance if the coils are connected in series aiding, parallel aiding, series opposing and parallel opposing. We all know the formula for all the four cases for equivalent inductance. So given L1 is 100 millihenry and L2 is 900 millihenry. K value is given as 0.45. But in order to find the equivalent inductance in all four cases, we need the value of M. So we know the relation between M, K and L1 and L2. Just substitute the values in the formula, will give me the value of mutual inductance. In this case, we have obtained as 135 millihenries. So the formulas we know: in series aiding it is L1 plus L2 plus 2M. In series opposing it is L1 plus L2 minus 2M. In parallel aiding it is L1 L2 minus M square by L1 plus L2 minus 2M. In parallel opposing it is L1 L2 minus M square by L1 plus L2 plus 2M. So substituting all the values in the given formula, I'll get equivalent inductance in case of series aiding to be 1270 millihenry. In case of series opposing it is 730 millihenry. In case of parallel aiding it is 98.3 millihenry. In case of parallel opposing it is 56.5 millihenries. The third sum: a primary coil has an inductance of 100 microhenry which is connected in series with the secondary coil having inductance of 240 microhenry. The total inductance of this combination is given as 146 microhenry. It asks us to find the coefficient of coupling. One can observe that in this sum, the two coils which are connected in series, it is not mentioned whether it is series aiding or series opposing. So in such case, here L1 is given as 100 microhenry, L2 is given as 240 microhenry, and L equivalent is given as 146 microhenry. So here in this case, since it is not given whether it is aiding or opposing, one should remember that when the total equivalent inductance, if it is greater than the sum of individual inductances L1 plus L2, then it is series aiding. Therefore, we consider the formula L equivalent L1 plus L2 plus 2M. But if L equivalent is less than the sum of individual inductances L1 plus L2, then it is series opposing. We consider the formula L equivalent to be L1 plus L2 minus 2M. In this case, the total equivalent inductance is less than the sum of individual inductances. Hence, it is series opposing. So, on applying the formula for series opposing, will give me the value of M to be 97 microhenry. So we know the relation between mutual inductance and self inductances L1 L2 as well as coefficient of coupling, that is K is equal to M by root over L1 into L2. So on substituting all the values, will give me coefficient of coupling to be 0.626. So the fourth sum: two coils are connected in series and have an equivalent inductance of 0.8 Henry when connected in aiding and equivalent inductance of 0.4 Henry when connected in opposing. It asks us to find the mutual inductance. If the coefficient of coupling is 0.55, it has asked us to find self inductances of each coil. So hence here, given that two coils are connected in series and have equivalent inductance of 0.8 when connected in aiding, we know the formula for series aiding: L1 plus L2 plus 2M is given as 0.8 Henry. I'll consider that as equation 1. And also given that when connected in series opposing, the equivalent inductance is 0.4 Henry, that is L1 plus L2 minus 2M is given as 0.4 Henry. I have considered as second equation. So using this, first let's try to find the value of mutual inductance. So when I add those two equations, I'll get an expression in terms of L1 and L2, that is L1 plus L2 is equal to 0.6. I'll consider that as equation 3. When I subtract those two equations, I'll get the value of mutual inductance M to be 0.1. I'll consider that as fourth equation. Now K is also given as 0.55. So we know the value of M, we know the value of K. We have to find the values of self-inductances L1 plus L2. We know the relation between M, K, L1 and L2. Using this relation, on substituting the formula, I'll get the expression L1 L2 is equal to 0.033. I'll consider that as equation 5. So we know the value of L1 plus L2 from equation 3. We also know the value of the product of L1 L2 to be 0.033 from equation 5. So from the formula, a minus b whole square is equal to a plus b whole square minus 4ab. Applying that formula here, I'll find the value of L1 minus L2 to be 0.47, which I considered as sixth equation. So now from third equation I have L1 plus L2, and from sixth equation I have L1 minus L2. So on adding those two equations, I'll get the value of L1 to be 0.53 Henry, and on subtracting those two equations, I'll get the value of L2 to be 0.065 Henry. So the fifth sum is asked us to find effective inductance of the following series connected coupled coils. So we shall see step by step procedure how to find the effective inductance of all these 5 sums in detail. So first let me consider the first sum. So the same procedure we are going to implement that we have seen in first sum. So here, as if I consider first two coils, here current is entering at the first coil, it is also entering at the dotted end of the second coil. So it is exhibiting series aiding. So I'll add the value of M to first coil as well as second coil. So which will give me 5 Henry and 4 Henry. So after eliminating the first coupling, next I'll consider the second coupling. So in the second coupling, as you can see, here current is leaving the dotted terminal and here current is entering the dotted terminal. So it is exhibiting series opposing. So I'll subtract the value of M, that is 1 Henry, from first coil as well as third coil, which will give me 4 Henry and 5 Henry respectively. So I am left with one more coupling. Here current is leaving the dotted terminal, in the third coil also current is leaving the dotted terminal, hence it is exhibiting series aiding. So I'll add the value of M, 3 Henry, to both second coil as well as the third coil. In doing so, I'll get inductance value as 7 Henry in the second coil and 8 Henry in the third coil. So after eliminating all the magnetically couplings that are existing, just add the self inductances of each coil, and which will give me the equivalent inductance or effective inductance, in this case to be 19 Henry. Second example, here also when I consider the first coil, current is entering the dotted terminal, here current is leaving the dotted terminal, so it is exhibiting series opposing. I will subtract 1 from the value of first coil 2 Henry as well as the second coil 3 Henry. So on doing so, I'll get 1 Henry in the first coil and 2 Henry in the second coil. So this next step, as you can see, that here current is entering at the dotted terminal, whereas current is leaving at the dotted terminal in the third coil. So it is series opposing. So I'll subtract the value of 2 from the second coil as well as the third coil, which will give me 0 in second case and 2 Henry in the third case. So I'll be left with only one more coupling. Here current is entering the dot, here current is leaving the dot. So again it is a series opposing. So it is after subtracting I'll get 0.5 Henry in the third coil and 3.5 Henry in the fourth coil. So after eliminating all the couplings, just add the self-inductances of the 4 coils, which will give me in this case to be 5 Henry. Third example. So let me redraw the given circuit. So first coil, if I consider here the current is entering the dotted terminal, here current is leaving the dotted terminal in the third coil. So I'll subtract 1 from first coil as well as the third coil, which will give me 7 Henry and 5 Henry respectively. In the second step, here as you can see, the current is leaving in the first coil and entering in the second coil. So I'll subtract the value of 3 Henrys from first coil as well as second coil, which will give me 4 Henry and 7 Henry respectively. Left with one more coupling. Here current is leaving the dotted terminal of the second coil and entering the dotted terminal in the third coil. Again it is exhibiting opposing nature. I'll subtract the value of 4 from second coil and third coil. It will give me 3 Henrys and 1 Henrys respectively. So all the magnetic couplings are eliminated. So after adding all the values, effective inductance is obtained as 8 Henrys. The fourth example. So when I consider first two coils, here current is leaving at the dotted terminal, and in the second coil the current is entering at the dotted terminal. These two coils are exhibiting series opposing nature. The third coil, the current is entering the dotted terminal, whereas in fourth coil the current is leaving at the dotted terminal. These two coils also are exhibiting series opposing. And coming to fifth and sixth coils, here current is leaving the dotted terminal, here current is entering the dotted terminal. These two coils are also exhibiting series opposing nature. So after applying the series opposing, that is subtracting the value of M from each self inductance, and with the remaining self inductance value, if I add all the values, in this case obtained equivalent inductance to be 2.94 Henry. The fifth example, redrawing in a convenient way. So the first step, here I have considered the current is entering at the dotted end of the first coil, whereas it is leaving at the dotted end of the second coil. So subtracted -1 from the first coil and the second coil as well. Next, if I consider the second coil and third coil, here current is leaving at the second coil and entering at the third coil. Hence I have subtracted again the value of 2 from second coil as well as third coil. So after subtracting the respective mutual inductances, I'll get the effective inductance of magnetically coupled coil to be 6 Henrys. So the next sum it asks us to find the mesh currents for the given coupled circuit. In order to find the mesh currents, we have to first find electrical equivalent of this coupled circuit. So here in the first mesh, the current is entering at the dotted terminal, and in the second mesh the current is entering at the undotted terminal. So each coil will have one self-induced EMF and one mutually induced EMF. Okay, so here self-inductance is J5 ohms for the first coil, and the second coil self-inductance is J6 ohms, which is represented here. The dependent source indicates the mutually induced EMF. The mutually induced EMF will be nothing but, your M value is given as J3 ohms. So in the first coil it will be J3 into I2, and in the second coil it will be J3 into I1. The polarity of mutually induced EMF can be found out by applying the concept of dot rule. So in the first coil, I1 is entering at the dotted terminal of the first coil. It will induce an EMF in the second coil, and that EMF that is induced in the second coil will have positive terminal at the dotted end and negative at the undotted end. Similarly, the current I2 is entering at the undotted end of the second coil. So it will induce an EMF in the first coil where the positive is at the undotted end and negative is at the dotted end. So the polarities of dependent source will be minus plus in the first mesh and plus minus in the second mesh. So now applying KVL to both the loops, in the first equation will be nothing but minus 12 plus minus J4 into I1 plus J5 into I1 minus J3 into I2 is equal to 0. The second equation will be nothing but minus J3 into I1 plus J6 into I2 plus 12 into I2 is equal to 0. So writing the equations 1 and 2 in matrix form and solving for I1 and I2, which is I1 is equal to delta 1 by delta and I2 will be delta 2 by delta. So using Cramer's rule, find the values for delta, delta 1 as well as delta 2. So after obtaining the values, I1 will be delta 1 by delta and I2 will be delta 2 by delta. After converting rectangular into polar form, I1 will be 13 at an angle minus 49.39 amps and I2 will be 2.9 at an angle 13.94 amps. So next sum asks us to find the voltage V0 for the given coupled circuit. Here also, in order to find the voltage, we have to first convert this into electrical equivalent. So after converting this into electrical equivalent, we'll find the required voltage. So here the self-inductance of first coil J8 ohms and the self-inductance of the second coil is J5 ohms as indicated here. So therefore, according to dot rule, here in the first coil current is entering at the dot. So at the dotted terminal I will get positive and at the undotted terminal I will get negative. I2 current is entering the dotted terminal of the second coil. So I will get positive at the dotted end and negative at the undotted end. So according to our dot rule, the first dependent source will have polarity plus minus and the second dependent source will have the polarities minus plus. So after obtaining the polarities, applying the KVL to both the loops in first loop as well as second loop, and since we want V0, it is sufficient if we calculate the value of I2. So after finding delta and delta 2, I2 will be nothing but delta 2 by delta, which will give me the current flowing in the second mesh to be 0.06 at an angle minus 89.42. So V0 is nothing but 10 into I2. So in this case V0 we got as 0.6 at an angle minus 89.42 volts. Eighth sum. Asks us to find mesh currents for the given coupled coil. First trying to find the electrical equivalent. So each coil will have one self-induced EMF and one mutually induced EMF. So here the current is entering at the dotted end of the first coil. So I'll get positive near the dotted end and negative at the undotted end. Here similarly in the second coil, your current is entering at the undotted end. Since it is entering at the undotted end, here I'll get positive and here I'll get negative. So according to our dot rule, here I should get negative, here I'll get positive. Similarly, here I'll get positive and here I'll get negative. Okay. So after finding the polarities, now the value of M in each case. So M value is given as J2. So here I'll get J2 into I2 because there is a current flowing in the second coil, and due to this current EMF is induced in this coil. Similarly, here the value is J2 into I1 minus I2 because the current flowing in this coil is I1 minus I2, and due to this current EMF is induced in the second coil. So applying KVL to both first mesh as well as second mesh, I'll get the following equations. Assuming that equations to be equation 1 and equation 2, applying Cramer's rule and finding the currents I1 and I2. So in this case I obtained I1 as 20.3 at an angle 3.5 amps and I2 to be 8.69 at an angle 19 amps. The ninth sum, determine the mesh currents for the given coupled circuits and asks us to find power supplied by each source. So I leave this sum as an exercise for you. So you can check the answers that you get. For this sum, I1 you'll have to get 10 amps, I2 have to get 28.28 at an angle minus 135 amps. Power supplied by first source will be 1200 watts and by second source will be minus 3393.6 watts. So this brings the end of my third lecture on magnetically coupled circuits. So in the next lecture we shall continue solving some more tutorials on the concept of magnetically coupled circuits. Thank you.